So John, I know that when we work with clients in developing their holistic life plan, one piece that sometimes people question, why do we include estate planning reviews as part of that conversation? You and I know that it becomes a really important part of protecting the wealth that's been accumulated through someone's lifetime and ensuring those goals continue on. And one of the ways that we look at estate planning is kind of on a 3-step process: good, better, best. If we talk about that good level of estate planning, we talk about making sure there's beneficiaries. Why don't we start with that conversation? How important is it to make sure your beneficiaries are correct on your assets?
That's extremely important. And the good news is it's simple to do, but a lot of people overlook it and ignore it. So the most glaring situation that nobody wants to face is you die and the beneficiary on your form is your ex-spouse from 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That happens all the time, not a pleasant situation. Yeah. So you need to keep up with your beneficiary forms, especially if you're having life changes. Divorce, marrying, children become diminished in some capacity, or they're having trouble and you don't want assets to pass freely to people who cannot handle money financially. Remember, you can put beneficiaries on life insurance policies, on 401k accounts, on IRAs, on brokerage accounts. You can even put beneficiaries on checking and savings accounts. It's important to keep up with those. It's not hard to do.
Great point. And really is the first step is ensuring that your estate plan is buttoned up. And in the next level, we call it that better level. So there's a whole collection of documents that we can put in place that give really good direction. Tell us about some of those.
Well, I think one of the more common one is the will, the last will and testament. Right. And beneficiary forms supersede wills. So in other words, if your will says I want assets to pass to this person, if there's a beneficiary form on an account, that beneficiary form will supersede the will. Mm-hmm. You use the will to pass other assets that are not covered by beneficiary forms. I think maybe even more important are powers of attorney. When you give power of attorney to someone else, you are giving that person the authority to act as if she were you. Here's an example. Your 19-year-old child is in college. You love her. You love your daughter. You would do anything for her. She's in an accident. She's 3 states away. She's taken to a hospital. You see her as your baby. Okay, but the hospital legal department sees her as an adult with privacy rights, and you're going to have a difficult time learning what's going on with your adult daughter in that hospital unless you have a durable general power of attorney and a medical power of attorney. The medical power of attorney allows you to partake and direct the medical team that's taking care of your daughter in the hospital, as if you were your daughter yourself.
Right.
The durable general power of attorney allows you to make financial decisions on behalf of your daughter while she's temporarily incapacitated in the hospital, in this example.
Those documents really just provide good forethought and instruction about who has permission. So it's really that important thinking ahead step. And then lastly, kind of that best level of estate planning. I think we've had some really interesting conversations about the idea of an ethical will or a legacy letter, kind of going beyond just where do my assets go, but here's those life lessons I want to make sure get passed on. Or even charitable giving goals. There's so many creative ways that you can ensure that your beneficiaries, whether they be family, people, or institutions or causes, to kind of make sure that wealth you've accumulated goes where you want it to go. I think the point that we'd like to encourage you if you're watching this is that we've got to start somewhere with your estate planning. Start with beneficiaries, that's level number 1, and then move forward. If you need some assistance, your McKinley Carter advisor is here to review what you've accomplished so far and make some suggestions on what the right next step is for your estate plan.